Hi folks, it's Trace here, the Irish Tarot Girl. Merry Christmas. I'm sorry I didn't get to make a video in the run-up to Christmas. I was so busy. I really wanted to use this Yuletide Tarot Deck in the run-up to Christmas, but I just never got around to it. I had so much to do. So I'm going to use this for a reading for next week, for the new year, for New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, and let's just see what comes up for us. So this is a beautiful deck that I got last year. Kristoffer Hughes and Erin Brown. It's absolutely stunning. Love the artwork. I also got, this is a painting that I'm working on at the moment, but I also got this beautiful Buddha board from my wonderful husband. So let's see here. Happy New Year. Nice. Happy New Year. There we go. Anyway, let's get started. I also got a few bits and pieces for making my videos. So this is a new contraption that I'm using. It's a hands-free thing for wearing around my neck to make some videos. So I'm just trying it out on you all. These are what the cards look like. Stunning. I absolutely adore holly. I have holly tattooed on my leg. I got it last year in January. It, well, represents my love of Christmas, but also my doggie Penny, who was born on the shortest day of the year, the winter solstice. So holly was her birth flower, birth plant, so always makes me think of her, but I absolutely love it. So, how was Christmas? How did Christmas work out for you all? I hope you all had a very, very happy and joyful Christmas Eve, Christmas Day. Yesterday, for Irish people, is a holiday called St. Stephen's Day. It's very big in Ireland. We love it. It's celebrated throughout the whole of Ireland. I urge you to look it up. It's fun. It's interesting. In the UK and in Commonwealth countries, they call the day after Christmas Day Boxing Day, but we call it St. Stephen's Day in Ireland, or just Stephen's Day. So it's a big deal for us Irish people. So for us Irish, Christmas is still going on. Christmas is a 2-week thing. It's not just one day for us. So I hope you're having a very Merry Christmas. And let's just see what's coming up for next week. I don't know the dates. I mean, we're in those days in between Christmas and New Year where you never quite know the date or what day it is. So let's just say from tomorrow, Sunday, to Sunday the following week, which I know next week is New Year. So what is coming up? Oh, what is coming up for us all for next week? What can we expect? Okay. Okay. So, let's see. So for the beginning of the week, this is so funny. We have the star, which is what's on the front of the box, which is hilarious. So the star, I love, love, love the star card. The star card is a card full of hope, inspiration, healing. I look at it as a healing card. It is full of light, hope, inspiration, abundance. And like, if you look at all of these things here, you can see we have Santa, we have a sleigh, we have lots of representatives of Yuletide, some like pagan, some pagan imagery here. We have the tree is very Germanic. That's where the Christmas tree comes from, where they saw the star through the Christmas tree. And that's why they decided to put candles on it to represent the stars, seeing the stars through the trees, to bring light into the home during Yuletide, the darkest time of the year. So we're starting off next week full of anticipation, hope. I want to just say hope for 2026. We're all feeling probably jaded and beaten down by 2025. A lot of people just want 2025 to go in the bin. But 2026, we're looking forward, full of hope, wanting healing, wanting inspiration, and wanting light to come back and life to come back into our lives. And this is how we're starting off next week, which is beautiful. And then the middle of the week, death. This could not be a more perfect card for New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. 2025 is the year of the snake. 2026 is the year of the horse, the fire horse, I believe. So the snake is all about shedding old skin, letting things go, and then starting again in a new skin and a new body. The horse is all about power, strength, and speed, action, moving forward. And this is basically what this card represents. It very rarely means death in a physical sense. This represents the death of an old way of life, the beginning of a new one. We're closing out the year, we're closing out 2025, we are putting it in the past, which is so interesting with our Buddha board here, which is the art of letting things go, the Zen art of letting things go. You know, you don't have the past anymore. The future hasn't happened yet. You only have the present. And that's what this card is telling us. Let go of the past. 2025 is gone. We're full of hope and inspiration for a new year. It looks like here he's pointing, the Grim Reaper here is pointing almost to the, maybe not quite to the wreath, but the wreath represents the cyclical, the cycle of life, death, rebirth. So it's perfect for New Year's Eve, saying goodbye to 2025 and the rebirth of a new year, the year of the horse, the beginning of a new year. And I want to also say about this card that we can't see the Grim Reaper's face. Very rarely able to see the Grim Reaper's face in, like, this is like the Grim Reaper from A Christmas Carol, Charles Dickens' book. And whenever you see death depicted in A Christmas Carol, you rarely see the face. And this, just looking at this, it's a very Dickensian representation of death. And no face, to me, represents like being reborn, being able to show whatever face you want to the world, deciding what you want to show the world. And it's blank so that you get to decide what you bring in to the new year, what you show to people in the new year, what face you're going to show up with for 2026. And then at the end of next week, we have Two of Gifts. Gifts in this deck represent pentacles. So Two of Pentacles. So Two of Pentacles means juggling things. It can sometimes mean a choice, but usually the Two of Pentacles is trying to balance things, trying to decide between two things, trying to keep balls up in the air. And this guy, he looks kind of pleased with himself. He has two gifts here. The background is very foggy, misty. There's lots of people in the shadows. But he looks very happy with himself with his two gifts there, his two brightly coloured gifts. And I think that's very important, that the rest of the card is very dark and grey, but the two gifts are brightly wrapped, full of colour. And he's looking very, very chuffed with himself. So I think this is telling us that going into the new year, we might have two things bringing into the new year that we want to focus on. Two things that we want to balance. I think this card might, and this is very poignant for me. Last year, I feel like I had a list of things on my vision board of, 10 things I wanted to, goals. I don't like calling them resolutions, but like goals I wanted to achieve. And I only managed, well, I shouldn't say only, but I achieved 2 of them and half of 2 others. So I decided, okay, I'm going to maybe have 3 goals for 2026 now that I know that I can only focus on a particular number. I'm going to pick some things, do them and do them well. And I feel like this is what this card is telling us. We can juggle 2 things. We can focus on 2 things. But when we start, trying to add things into the mix, then, we can start dropping gifts. We can start not being so happy with ourselves. And this card to me is telling us to focus on a couple of things going into the new year. Do them well. Yeah. So now let's see, we have 2 major arcanas for the end of the year, the beginning of the new year for next week, which I feel is very poignant, very important and very apt for next week. We have the darkness of the Death card, but the brightness and the lightness and the healing of the Star card. And then we have this card, the 2 of Gifts or the 2 of Pentacles coming afterwards, kind of saying, don't rush into things, don't try and juggle too many things, just keep it small, keep it solid, focus on a couple of things and you'll be fine. Anything else I'm seeing with these cards? These 2 cards are quite dark. They're quite grey. The whole deck, funnily enough, is quite dark and grey. There are a lot of cards that bring the light in, which is what Yule is all about, the Yule log and like the tree with all of the candles. But the darkness of the cards remind us that Yule, or the midwinter, is a dark time of year. It's the middle of the winter, it is dark, gets dark early, and it's all about how we bring the light into our lives during the winter. And that's what the Star card is telling us, to find ways to bring that light into our lives, into our homes, to kind of dissipate that bleakness or that greyness from midwinter. So that has been your weekly tarot reading for next week. I will be back with a 2026 reading, a yearly reading. I'm hoping I'll get it out before New Year. I'm sure I will. So stay tuned. I have some new bits and pieces, a new microphone and a few bits and pieces for making videos. This was just a trial run for these bits and pieces that I have, so I hope this video has come out okay. There's the cards there, and if you want to see again, the deck that I'm using is the Yuletide Tarot. Beautiful deck. Hope, warmth, and tarot cheer for the most wonderful time of the year. Beautiful deck. Anyway, I will hope to talk to you all soon. Have a wonderful new year. If I don't get to talk to you before then, I'm hoping to get that video out soon. But have a very, very happy and safe new year, and I will talk to you in a couple of days, hopefully. Bye for now.